now tuned in to the Cold Hard Truth, Cayman's #1 hard-hitting live podcast show, where we feature some straightforward conversations on political, social, and celebrity news and all things happening in the Cayman Islands and around the world. This show was created to give the people a voice and a means of being involved and informed without any filters. Sometimes it gets crazy, but we always keep it real. We bring you the tea, piping hot, so grab your favorite beverage and join the conversation via WhatsApp at 324-1612. Email tips at CaymanMarlRoad.com. Now, here's your host, Sandy Hill, broadcasting live from the beautiful Cayman Islands. Miracle Brokers is back. That's right. We're fully reopened and back to work. Our agents are here to serve you with all of your packing and shipping needs. Need to move? Don't worry. Give us a call today. Collect a package, shipping around the world, or straight to Cayman? You got it. Give us a call on 949-5989. Collection by personalized appointment only, where our dedicated agents are on standby to personally assist you. Don't forget to wear your mask, maintain social distancing, and one person per appointment. Check us out at miraclebrokers.com today.
All right, folks, good evening and welcome to the evening edition of the Cold Hard Truth. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is going to be the last evening show of the week. As you guys know, we only do Tuesdays and Thursday evenings, which originally was how the show started out. Now, I have my camera in a slightly different position tonight. I don't know if you guys noticed it or not. Let me know what you think. I'm always kind of playing around with it ever so slightly. And of course, we've got some things to talk about. There was the Court of Appeal decision that came down this afternoon, which I know a lot of you are interested in. So we're going to get into that here in a second. Thanks, Johan. I already see that Johan's been posting some messages. And we've got Bonnie tuned in. Who else is here? I'll give you guys a shout out. Johan, who's a member of the CPR group, has been instrumental in this fight against the Cayman Islands government when it comes to the port, and really just trying to ensure that they get it done the right way. And that's always extremely challenging. So just breaking news that's coming right now. You know how we give it to you. There is a serious accident somewhere in Savannah. It does have traffic backed up at the moment. I don't have any details as yet and exactly where. Actually, yes, I do. Someone has sent me a photo. Give me 1 second here and let me just pull this up, folks. I've even got a video. Oh no, this is not looking good. Hold on. Oh, yikes. Okay, so we do have a relatively, it looks like a serious accident in Savannah. I don't know how people do this. So it's a white car in the bushes and then another blue car. It looks like a 2-car accident. So give me 1 second. I'm going to just pull this in so that you guys can have a visual here of what I'm viewing. And what can I tell you? You're getting it live and direct, as live as you could possibly get it. It looks like it is close to the school because I can see what appears to be Wendy's, that building in the background. So it looks like it is very, very close to that. Yes, it's right by Savannah Primary School. Why would people be having an accident there? It's not even like school's in. Like, what kind of driving was going on here? Ugh. Anyway, folks, I will show this to you again as we get it. We let you guys have it so that you can make your own determinations and what's going on. Lots of crazy drivers out there. Sometimes I wonder where they get their license from, but there you have it. They are all over the place, and they sure do make life interesting. So I will show you the first video that we have of this accident, and then we can get back into our conversation. Again, it appears to be a 2-vehicular accident happening right now. It just happened because I've got several people who are messaging me as we speak. So yes. Okay, sorry guys. So there is an accident in Savannah, right by the Savannah Primary School. And so let me just show you guys where that is. So here's the first video that we have received in relation to this accident. Once again, don't know much about who caused it or exactly what's going on. So that was just a short clip. And then there's another one that is a little bit longer. You can see that there's a white car there in the bushes. And I'm guessing they collided with the blue car in some fashion. And looks like the white car and the blue car are quite a distance apart, actually, which is crazy. But there you have it, folks. It's already causing some traffic delays. So that's how I first knew that something was going on, because someone messaged me and said, hey, what's happening in my neck of the woods? There appears to be some traffic backed up. What's causing it? So there you have it. That is exactly what's causing it. So yeah, there is an accident, folks. Be careful on the roads. I mean, we've barely gotten out of the COVID situation, and already people are just out there driving like they have forgotten how to drive, driving like they have lost their licenses, the whole 9 yards. So it's really, really amazing, I think, that we have so many accidents for such an incredibly small island. I mean, really, we have the equivalent of one main road. And we have a lot of accidents for that one main road. Nonetheless, we're going to be going till about maybe 7:30, 35. We're going to be switching over to Home Daily, which is another show hosted by Dean Rico. And I forget the young lady's name. I think she's in New York. We're going to be joining them to talk about pensions and their program. So when I swap over, I'm going to be joining into their show. And I'm going to post the link. And of course, I want you guys to definitely join over there as well. So I'm just taking a quick minute just to put this accident alert up, so that if you're driving in the area and you're not actually listening to this right now, at least you will have an idea that there's an accident in Savannah. So just be careful, is all I can tell you. Savannah Primary School. Yes. You know, don't know what else to tell folks. Drive with caution. It shouldn't be that hard, but it does seem like it's a challenge for people to drive and not collide with other structures such as other cars. All right. So again, there's that accident, but let's jump back on the topic of the referendum. So I see that Johan is here. Thank you so much, Johan. I want to at some point have you guys join the conversation and just tell us, all about this. It's not easy. I always tell people, if you have ever challenged the government, if you have ever been involved in any sort of a court case, especially with the government who has unlimited resources, they can pretty much spend you into the ground. Like they don't care. Like they have all the money in the world, which is our money, to hire highfalutin lawyers. They can do everything. They bring in the heavy hitters from the UK and from all over. If you have never experienced that, it is very difficult and challenging to even explain the process to people, to be quite honest, who haven't. It's like nerve-wracking. So my hat's off to Shirley Rollstone, who was the face of the legal challenge part of it, because I've been in this seat before, where a group of individuals wanted to challenge something that the government did. I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but I was one of the challengers against Dwayne Seymour and Mark Scotland when they ran for political office several terms ago, probably like 3 or 4 terms ago. and they did not declare their interests as they were required to do so by law. And some people look at these things and they're like, who cares? This is just a technicality. Does it really matter? Well, it matters when everybody else has to follow the law, but a few select persons. And, especially when it comes to things like the Constitution, if the Constitution says X, Y, Z, and it's very, very clear, then everyone should be held to that same level of accountability and that same standard. And it's the same thing in terms of, I think even what the CPR group was attempting to do, that hold on, you're pushing through this piece of legislation, which was the referendum law, and you're not really doing it in a way that is fair, impartial, and gives the people the opportunity to truly have their voice. So from the get-go, it was an uphill battle because the current government is obviously pro-port, and that's the agenda that they were pushing. But isn't it ironic, though, that here we are in the midst of COVID-19, and imagine if we had committed to this port and Carnival or whatever, they were here building it. They would have been forcing our hand right up until the 11:59, almost before the midnight strike hours, to continue to allow their cruise ships in. And they would have had the financial pull to do so because they were building our port. They were one of the partners. And, we would have been under their thumb like you would not believe. So it's so ironic, I think, that this has happened in the manner in which it has. And now we've even gotten a better idea of how the tour operators, the cruise operators, really handle their business and how they put people's lives at risk, all for the almighty dollar. Hi, Miss Bonnie. And so it becomes really, really clear that they don't care about us. We're just my apologies. I had to refresh because I couldn't see your messages. So we were throughout this COVID misfortune, there's always a silver lining. And the silver lining is we have gotten to see the cruise lines for what they truly are. And I think that that's incredibly an eye opener. My apologies. I've got something going on. My eye is a little itchy here. So, they won round one. The Grand Court had found in their favor. Unfortunately, today, the decision came in that the Court of Appeal, which is normally, I think, 3 judges that sit on the Court of Appeal, had overturned that decision, and they felt that that particular judge had overreached or had gone too far with his decision. Now, I did see the decision come in via email. I've not had an opportunity yet to really kind of go through that in any, amount of detail, but I'm hoping to be able to do that a little bit later on for the benefit of just having the discussion. But the court said, yes, this judge has overreached. However, and there was a big however in there, despite the fact that he has overreached, number one, they could see exactly why he overreached, and they understood his logic for doing so. It wasn't that he was just favoring, one over the other. And on top of that, there were some serious concerns about what the government was doing, how they were going about it. It was I think many people feel like it was a very draconian way in which they were seeking to ultimately get their way. So the appeal judges, they definitely overturned it, but they were not overturning it and say, yes, the government was right. The government handled it properly. In fact, they were very critical of the government and how they had been handling it. So take some time and read through it. We haven't gone through it in any great detail in our initial article because we just wanted to get it up there because a lot of people are like, what happened? And we kind of lost the feed, and then we weren't really sure what the final decision was. I don't know what happened to the feed, but we did lose it, and then we had to, get that information elsewhere. So The Court of Appeals said that basically the government had created an uneven playing field. And despite the fact that they were now going to find in favor of the government, that, I mean, that's a sad indictment on them for sure. Because again, the government always has the upper hand, right? And once again, that they understood why the initial judge in the judicial review had found in the manner that he had. So again, Shirley, congratulations to you. I know this isn't the ultimate outcome that you wanted, but I think that this is still a win for the people on more levels than one. It's a win in the sense that, you know, now the government knows that there are people who will stand up to them. There are people who will challenge them. And hey, that says a lot, because I don't believe that the government ever expected, first of all, the government never expected the CPR group to get the number of signatures that they did to even trigger the referendum. And when they did that, they certainly did not expect it to, they just thought, you know what, we'll be able to gloss over this, push through some half-ass referendum law and still do what we want, you know, make it uneven so that the people couldn't even get an opportunity to vote in terms of the timeline and all the other things that they were doing. And ultimately, they were banking on winning at all cost. And it has now, this case and the challenges that have ensued have really pumped the brakes on that entirely. So Johan says a few messages here. The first message is a bit long, so it does get cut off, but it says CIG will still have to deal with the issue of conducting the referendum before they can commit to any cruise berthing facility project. CPR is still alive and will continue our efforts. We are focused on having achieved the main objective of the judicial review, which is to prevent CIG from getting an unfair advantage in the referendum by conducting it a day shortly before Christmas, and which would actively reduce voter turnout, something that is particularly grave. And then I can't see the rest of his comments, unfortunately, because they are too long. And this thing only has, the box is only so big for what I'm able to view. So I agree with you, Han. There's more than one way to skin a cat. So despite them ultimately losing this battle that was announced today, you know, I think the overarching war has been won in more ways than one. So governments, pay attention. The people will get together. They will galvanize their efforts, and they will certainly challenge you as well. So let me just check and see when these other guys are ready. And so just a little reminder, if you're just joining the show, we're going to be swapping over in a little bit. That's just Dean reminding me about joining his show. So we will be swapping over in a bit to just have a chat with Dean over at Homeland Daily. And we're going to be talking about pensions, and this remains an ongoing issue. It's unfortunate that here we are, July the 2nd, and we're still having this issue because people still don't have their pension money. And largely it's Fidelity. It's like, come on, Fidelity, get your shit together. Evelyn, thank you so much for tuning in. Alma, Maureen, Miss Hope. Hey, Miss Hope. I see you there on YouTube. Haven't seen you in a minute. Jaren, thank you so much, honey, for tuning in. Elizabeth Moya says buenas noches. Ronika is here for it. Karen, good evening. Thank you. Keisha, good night, mamacita. And of course, Linda and Miss Beulah, Malika, Sophia, lots of people. Odette, and of course, Larry is here. Larry says, good evening, Sandy. Let me take this coffee filter off my face. Larry, what are you doing? Are you giving yourself a facial there? That sounds interesting. I think coffee filters are supposed to be good for like people who have bags under their eyes and stuff, right? Like something about the caffeine, I think, is supposed to reduce puffiness or something. So give us the secrets there, Larry, so we can figure that one out. And Perla is also here for it. Odette, Johan, yes, we saw that message, I think. Yes, that's the same message, but I still can't see the rest of it after number A. So try and maybe paste the rest of that. And Debbie and Trisha, What's up, guys? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So listen, I'm going to give you guys a prize tonight. We've got a new batch of gift certificates from Popeyes and Burger King, our corporate sponsors. Sandy just joined in, but you're only going to be eligible to win if you follow me tonight. So I'm going to be jumping from one show to the next. They had actually invited us on Tuesday evening to join them, but unfortunately we were not able to do it because, as you guys know, Tuesday was the anniversary party that we were hosting here on Cayman Mall Road. So I was not able to join Homeland Daily, but I do know that they had, I don't even know who's calling me, but I do know that they had Chris Saunders on talking about the whole pensions issue. And yes, there are people who, here we are, July 2nd, who are with Fidelity, who promised payout by the end of June. And we know the 2nd isn't the end of June, it's not the beginning of July. And they have still not received their money. So Lynette, thank you for tuning in as well. So you're gonna be eligible to win if we swap over and you follow me from one show to the next. So hold on one second, guys. I am going to, Larry says he's kidding. My mask feels like a coffee filter. Oh. So give me 1 second here. I'm just gonna find their live stream because I think they've actually just updated the link. And then I'm going to share that here in the chat. And as soon as they're ready for me, they'll advise. And unfortunately, I can't do both at the same time. Or can I? Can I be a guest and then jump over? I don't think I can do that. That's an interesting tech question though, but I don't think it's possible. So what we will do is we will be swapping over here shortly. And I'm going to share a comment with you guys from Shirley. I always get Shirley and her sister Sharon mixed up. Now Shirley is Shirley, and Sharon is Sharon, and she's also a lawyer, and she was heading up temporarily immigration as well. And I think Sharon will now return to the Ombudsman's office, but there's a whole interesting situation brewing there that I think at some point we are going to have to discuss. So let me just grab their link. So yes, I will give away 2 certificates tonight. And in order to be eligible for those, I want you guys to hop over to Homeland Daily and join the conversation over there. Make sure that we tune into their show. So this is going to be their link. They've already started the show, so I'm going to just copy their link. So that was the big news for today, was definitely the referendum decision. Eligible to win a gift certificate. So the other fantastic thing that is happening here in Cayman Mall Road, I'm sure you guys may have seen this on our Facebook page, we are going to be doing a youth-focused show. So lots of young people, and when we say youth-focused, we mean like 18 and under. So non-adults, middle school, high school. You know, these kids are out there, they're all over Instagram, they're having conversations amongst themselves anyway. And we're just trying to give them a little bit of a larger platform in order to have that discourse. So listen, they approached me and said that they wanted to have a show of their own, and they kind of gave me some ideas. And this is a link here for you guys to join that show in a little bit. I'll tell you when we're ending this and jumping over. So I thought it was a fantastic idea, and we're now just trying to organize it a little bit. So in order to make that happen, we need a show name. So we need to know, what are we going to call it, you know? And I thought, instead of me trying to come up with a name in the usual fashion that I do, why not have the young people who will actually be doing the show and being actively involved in the show, why not allow them to have a say in the naming of the show? So we're having a contest. So if you have nephews, nieces, grandkids, whatever, that might be interested in participating in this, you know, we have a lot of creative minds around the place, I must say. Lots of kids can like think of fantastic things right off. Some people really have that ability. Like some people just are extremely creative and they just have a knack for that sort of thing. So if they do, you will certainly want to encourage them to get involved in this. And I'm going to just pull up the flyer here in a second because we've got lots of giveaways that are part of the ultimate prize pack that they could win should they pick the name of choice. Now, how are we going to decide what's the name of choice? I think we're going to kind of narrow it down to like the top whatever. And then we will take it from there and just give people a vote where people can say, hey, I like this one versus this one. And we will certainly leave it up to the people to ultimately decide which one is the best. So already we have been getting a number of submissions, which are actually pretty good. I like some of the ones that I've seen thus far. And listen to what they could potentially win. I mean, these are some fantastic prizes. Let me just see here. So again, we've got gift certificates for $25 each for both Popeyes and Burger King. So this is going to actually be a single prize that someone could win. And yeah, when they win it, they're going to be tickled pink because they've got the certificates. They have, let me just see here. They have $100 in cash. I mean, who doesn't like hard gold cash? So there's $100 cash prize. There is, let me just download this real quick. There is $25 gift certificate to Lavagna's Kitchen. So, you know, maybe one day they could go out with their friends at Popeyes. The next week they can take out another set of friends at Burger King because maybe, you know, they've got different friends who like different things. They can take their siblings out and enjoy a good time at Lavagna's Kitchen. $25 can at least get you 2 lunches and a drink. Lavagna's prices are pretty good. So I actually had some of her lobster today, and can I tell you, the lobster was off the chain good. So she specializes in local food, and she does a very good job with her dishes. And her kitchen is located, Lavagna's Kitchen is located in Windsor Park. So here are some of the prizes that are up for grabs. So again, we've got Burger King gift certificate for $25, Popeyes gift certificate, $100 in cash. So they can do whatever they want with that. $25 to Lavagna's Kitchen. We have a $25 PlayStation gift card. So if they're into games, they can do that, or they could probably re-gift it if they're not a PlayStation gift kind of person, if they don't play PlayStation. And then Prodigy Jewelers, our jewelers of choice here at Cayman Mall Road, have donated a coat of arms pendant. And can I tell you, that is absolutely gorgeous. Something to wear with pride. And I think all of our young people should have something that represents who we are as a people. So even if it is just this coat of arms, if it's the Cayman flag, you know, whatever, we need to make sure that we are representing these islands with as much pride as possible. And then in addition to that, they're going to get a buzz box, and that's like a $150 box retail and 1 month of service. That's a $200 prize right there. The box plus a month of service. This is an awesome prize pack, folks. So again, corporate sponsors, Popeyes, Prodigy Jewelers, Roque, and Burger King. Thank you guys so much for coming together on this one. And this, I mean, this is like a $400 or $500 prize pack value here between the cash, the gift certificates. Actually, it's that's $100. Then you've got $100 in cash. The coat of arms, they're not cheap. I mean, I think they're a couple hundred. This is like a really fantastic prize. So folks, spread the word, get your young people involved, help them to name the show. And we're going to give them at least a week to try and put in submissions. And we've got lots of submissions that are already coming in. So that's kind of the big thing that we are working on here. Yes, so I'm able to read more of Johan's comment now. So basically, Johan says that, hold on one second. Right, so conducting the date before Christmas, using biased wording in the question to encourage a vote in their favor for the government's position. And we hope that, having been faced with a formidable challenge this time around, when the referendum eventually takes place, the Cayman Islands government will not make the same mistakes it made the last time, such as providing the public with inaccurate information, using public funds. Well, we know they always do that, but nothing short of a propaganda, and completely dominating the information people heard about the project by spending millions of dollars of public money on campaigning, while the anti-port lobby struggled to get information out to the people at anywhere near the same level due to financial constraints. CPR showed that people do have a voice and will challenge decisions that lack transparency and accountability, and the power rests in the people. And in fact, the Premier's office has issued a statement. I did see that come in. Let me just try to locate that. So that came in late this evening. And the Premier's office said, his PR person sent this through to us, Communications Manager, Office of the Premier. And he basically said that the appeal court agreed with the government, blah, blah, blah. And does he make any sort of acknowledgements of his failures in this? Apparently he claims he's not a good politician. Okay, Alden, if you say so, that's what you call reverse psychology, people. He's looking for your sympathy. I don't know if you guys just heard that background noise, but I just heard the mosquito plane go shoot right over my head. And trust me, I encountered some mosquitoes in West Bay today that were the size of flies. I am not kidding. I was out in West Bay about 4:30, 5 o'clock. So not even, the sun was still very much out. And boy, these mosquitoes were in full attack mode. I don't see anything of interest in this press release. Anyway, we'll post it on the website. We'll post his response on the website, and I'll have a bit more time to read that over and give some feedback on that. So in the interim, tell me what you guys are up to. Let me see some of your comments here. Gadiel, good night to you, honey. That would be nice. The youth need to speak their mind. Yeah. So, what the person said to me was, listen, they have an option on the government-run radio station that has been around for quite some time. I used to be involved in Youth Flex way back in the day. And this person said that has never changed and it's the same. But people don't feel like they really have the young people the opportunity to be completely unfiltered and just be honest. They always feel like someone's gonna be like, no, you can't have that discussion in here. You can't talk about sex. You can't talk about violence. You can't talk about any of this stuff. And so they feel like the one place, this is what they told me, that they can come to and be completely honest is on Cayman Mall Road. And I'm not about to filter them. Of course, I wouldn't encourage them to use profanity or anything like that, but they can express themselves and be as honest as they want to be. So Jake suggestions for the name is The Young and the Restless. Well, they might be young, but I don't know if they're all restless. So let's see what they come up with. Perla says The Youth Story. Irvelyn says Cayman Youth Views. CYV. Okay. Hi, Miss Nancy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Morna says she's here, but she's a little bit late. Indira, good evening. And Marie says, how do you join? So join the show, I'm assuming, Marie. So I've just shared the link and I'm going to reshare it again. So what we're going to do is, let me just check my Facebook pages here, folks. We're going to be switching over. They normally do like an initial introduction on their show beforehand, and then we're going to jump over with them. And that is the link there. And I've shared it on our page as well. So I think you should be able to see it in more than one location. Yes. So the show's already live. Yes. So you'll be able to jump over there and Once we jump over, then, like I said, all 60 something of you have got to jump in with me. I think we might be ready, soon ready in about 5 minutes. All right, so we got 5 more minutes. Let's hear some more name suggestions before we join. So Jake had one, Irvelin's had one, Perla submitted something. Now remember, none of you guys can win because you're over the age of 18. So what I would suggest you do is, if you have a young person, like a child in your home who is a middle or high school child, encourage them to make the submission. So encourage them to come on board with the name. So just, they can email it to us, tips@caymanmallroad.com. They can certainly, okay, I think they're ready for me. They can, I just turned 18. What are you talking about? Jake, behave yourself. All right, folks. So all of us, let's get ready. Everybody grab that link. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. For those of you who are on YouTube, I've shared the link as well. So just click on that. I'm going to end the stream and we're going to join the conversation over on Homeland Daily. And again, up for grabs this evening. If you run over there with me, I just got some fresh gift certificates from Popeyes and Burger King. And who doesn't want one of those Popeye chickens? And folks, I'm going to give you one of these. We're going to do one of each, one Popeyes and one BK. But in order to be eligible, you got to run over there on Dane's show. So everybody ready? All right. So I'm going to end the show now. Click on the link that I've just sent. I've also, I think, posted it on our, let me just double check, your Facebook page. And so you run over there and comment in the comment section so I can see who's there. Because remember, I'm actually not the host of that show. So I'm not going to see you necessarily there. So this is now where you will want to, ensure that that you are letting me know that you're there. All right, so good stuff. I am now ending the show. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm out.